Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dela Criss, and we are a family of 5 living in an RV on our land, and with hopes to pay off debt and eventually build our own home here by ourselves. And so I wanted to just get on here, and it's kind of windy out here. I think we're gonna get some bad weather, but I just wanted to say it's still pretty right now, so I wanted to sit out here. I just kind of wanted to address the question that I keep getting. Like most of the world, the coronavirus has kind of like changed our plans, and life looks really different for us right now. But a question I keep getting is, how in the world are you guys how in the world are y'all living in this 200 square foot camper? How are y'all making it? And so, like, because right now, just in case you're watching this video later, we are in shelter in place. We're supposed to only be at our homes and not really going anywhere unless we need essential items. So to answer your question, no, we are not just sitting inside of our camper with our 3 kids. We would go crazy in 200 square feet. The blessing in all of this is that we are on 2 acres. And so what we do, y'all, is like, we just bought this picnic table. We try to bring a lot of our meals outside. We are just kind of like adventuring around here. Like, we spend most of our time outside. But however, this has, like, the coronavirus has changed a lot for us, like most of y'all. And I don't want to make light of the fact that that there are people who more has been taken from them during this virus than just a lifestyle change. So if that's you, like, my heart is with you, like if you've lost a loved one or even your own health. But like, I did want to kind of just open up and be transparent about how this looks different for those of us that are tiny living and RV living. Like, it's a game changer. And so a lot of y'all are RV living, and I would like to know your thoughts. But just for us, I know, like, a lot of the little conveniences that we used to have, like, we don't have anymore. So a secret of all tiny living and RV people out there is that the way that this lifestyle is sustainable is that you live a lot of your life outside of your living quarters, if that makes sense. So we depend a lot on our libraries, a lot on the gym, a lot on, like, we spend a lot of time at church with our friends and all those things. And so all of that obviously has come to an end, and it's just little stuff, like little conveniences. Like, whenever I upload my videos for you guys, I go to the gym and do that, and I can't do that anymore, so that looks different. Or if I just want a hot shower, like, our hot water is out right now, so I don't get that luxury. So it's just the little things like that. And whenever, like, everything was normal, I would keep us going. Like, we'd go to the gym, hang out there, then we come home, take a nap, then we go out, we go to the library, do some of our school and reading there. And we just can't do that anymore. And so, to be real with you guys, like, our life is kind of like, and you know, if you're around this channel, I don't sugarcoat this lifestyle. There's a lot of good things that come with it, but it's not easy. And so, like, or even just our life in general, we have 3 kids under 4. So it's a grind. Like, it's a grind. And we know we put that on ourselves. But we're firm believers too in no pain, no gain. So we get that this lifestyle was a choice. We get that not having hot water right now is kind of a choice. But it just kind of, when things like this happen in the world, or like something unexpected comes, it kind of, like, there's wind again. It kind of makes a hard situation harder. And so I just wanted to be really open with that. Our life is already, like, kind of like hard, but then this kind of just makes it more challenging. So what we're doing is just trying to, like, continue with the vision, continue with our goals. We're not just gonna lay down and say, oh, well, this is just what happened. We're living like there is a tomorrow after coronavirus, but we are being gentle with ourselves and easy with ourselves. And so we're just kind of slowly, or just, you know, kind of just going after our goals, still doing the things we said we were gonna do, but just, it looks different, and it's we give ourselves more grace. There's not a lot more extra time, unlike the world thinks, for those of us that have young kids. And if you do, you know what I'm saying. Like, we're not just sitting in our hammocks and reading and stuff. Like, we're on 24/7 now. There's no break for us, if anything else, with our children. And so but there is good out of this. So for one, like, quality time is my love language, and so I'm enjoying all this, even though it's hard, even though sometimes I need a break. I am enjoying all this extra time with my people. And another thing, y'all, is that all of this happening has put us, like, I really hope y'all can hear me with all this wind and stuff. But all of this happening has put us on a whole nother level as far as trying to be, what does it look like to be sustainable, self-sustainable. So you already know we were already about that life. We already after we built our house, our plan was to get chickens again, to get goats, and to garden. But now we're on a whole nother level. Like, what does it, like, I'm becoming a student of what does it look like to start a garden, not just for us, but a garden that, like, if something like this were to happen again, it could feed everybody in need, like not just us. And so just looking at that, thinking through that, and even just like for our loved ones in need, like what does it look like to produce like exactly what you need so that you're only buying them like a few things from the store. Because if this has revealed nothing else to us, I think it should reveal how fragile our systems are, how nothing is promised as far as jobs, and even like our supply chain to get food to us. Now that's even being challenged. And I know here in America, we're just used to everything kind of being there and available for us whenever, and that's a whole nother problem and a whole nother topic for another day. But just looking at like, okay, can we do solar panels on our house? Can we be off grid? Like, even though we don't have to, can we do that? Can we produce the meat that we need? Can we, like, all the things like are running through our head. It lit a fire in us. And so we're really starting to become students of that. We want to get to the point where if my husband has a job, great. If he doesn't, we're still good. The people we love are still good. If he needs to take less like not hours, but like if he needs to make less money or whatever, we're still good. We want to get to that point. We want our kids to know how to get to that point. Because y'all, like, honestly, when all of this started going down, the verse that the Lord dropped in my spirit, and I don't know the exact verse, but I think it's like Esther chapter 4, somewhere in there, but it's just like where it's like, what if you were created for such a time as this? And I feel like the Lord has been putting this on our hearts, and we were created for such a time as this. And so the vision that he put in our heart was created for such a time as this. And I know things are going to get better. Things will go back to normal, or a new normal, which is not what we're doing now. I don't believe that this is a new normal. And don't get me wrong, I think that shelter in place is what we need to be doing. I think we do need to do our part to flatten the curve, but it just reveals, y'all, like, we just can't be so dependent on systems. And so we just are taking this time. We're going to be looking at how do we start a garden, because we've never done a garden before. What are some practices we want to have with our chickens? You know, just little things like that. Like, we just want to be about that life. And then my heart for you guys, if you're new to this channel, is that I want it to be helpful for you guys. So I know, like, we have 2 acres, a little over 2 acres, but there are people with a lot more land than us, and there are those of you with less land than us. And I want it to be to a point where I'm learning enough to where you could do this in your backyard. Like, you don't need 100 acres to be self-sustainable. And so we're newbies to all of this, so you guys will be learning with us. Like, we're very transparent about that. And of course, our first goal is still to get our home built, and so we'll be doing a lot of that by ourselves, so that's going to take time. But while we have this space, while we have this time, and this just kind of like lit this flame in our hearts even more, is just like, we're going to be learning what does it look like. So if you have any videos, any tips on that, drop it below. I want to learn from you guys. And also, if you're new here, like, we're almost to 1,000 subscribers, and I can't wait to do that giveaway. This has been keeping me going in such like a weird time. That's why I keep using the word weird, because I just don't know how to describe this time. It's hard, it's weird, it's good because you're with your people. It's a weird time. So anyways, if you're new and you're new to the family, join the family, subscribe, let me know where you're from, let me know about your journey. I love hearing from you guys. Love y'all. See you next time.